Hi, I'm Brian Yampolsky, and I'm one of the co-owners of Orion Mortgage, and many of our clients lately have been asking a lot of the same questions about the real estate market in Phoenix. So, we created this video to share some of the answers that we got from one of the most educated and experienced realtors in the Valley, and that's Cathy Swann at United Brokers Group. So go ahead and watch the video, listen to what her answers are, and if you have any questions for Cathy directly, her email will be at the end of the video. Thanks.
Our first piece of advice always is going to have those sellers consult with an attorney or a CPA. We can't give them legal advice, we can't give them tax advice. As far as I can tell them, there will be tax consequences or could be tax consequences, and there will be implications on their credit or the future ability to do something down the road. I can't tell them for sure what it will be. I can't tell them, if their score is going to drop by 100 points or 250 points. There's not really a way for me to know that. And then there's always the risk that we try to list the short sale, and for whatever reason, either we don't get a buyer in time or we don't get a contract that's acceptable to the bank. It takes too long. There's all kinds of things that can happen, and that home could ultimately go to foreclosure while we're in the process of trying to do the short sale. So that's always a risk that's out there. If they've defaulted on their payment, then that house may not be able to be short sold. I think the key right now for a buyer or a seller when they're looking for a realtor is somebody who's got experience in this market. If somebody got their license when the market was really heated and it was super easy to sell a house and all you had to do was stick a sign in the yard and you had multiple offers within the first couple hours, that's a much different skill set than what's needed in today's market for selling a property. The inventory is much different, and the decision makers in the transactions are different. Most of the time you're not dealing just with the seller. So a buyer is making an offer for a property that's likely going to be sold as is, won't have any repairs made to it, there's going to be no negotiating on those items, or if there is, it's very little and not a very large margin for any of those kinds of things. So they have to be able to take into account all of those things that property might need, and you don't know what that property might need when you're writing an offer because you can't see everything. So it's a very different inventory, it's a very different seller, it's a different mindset of the seller. It takes an agent who's got experience in dealing with foreclosure properties and bank addendums and some familiarity with that process, or with the length of time that a short sale may take and how to counsel a buyer on what those expectations should be.